Did you know the PlayStation 5 has an SSD inside? And no, I'm not talking about the SSD that your uncle helped you put in. I'm talking about these SSDs. So the PlayStation 5 has 6 SSD chips in total, along with the SSD controller. Now I was searching AliExpress last week, and it turns out that they make a flash drive that supports SSD chips. It even has its own little controller. And because I'm known for making flash drives, I decided to buy one. So we're gonna take 2 SSD chips from the PS5, and we're gonna plop one on one side, one on the other, and we're gonna just see if it works. I promise no PS5s were harmed in this video. This one was already dead. It's a donor, don't worry. Let's get this SSD chip off the board. Of course, we have to add my favorite flux, Sturry VS UHF TF. If you use my promo code chasefournierrepairs, you'll get a discount on your order. Link in the description. All right, let's get this chip off the board. Oh, and it's a Western Digital. So fancy. That means it's going to be reliable. It's going to be probably one of the best flash drives in the world if it works. There we go. All right, we got the SSD chip off, and let's do the next one. Add more flux. I can't tell you, my search for flux was so difficult. When trying to decide what flux I really wanted in my life, it really came down to 2 things. It was either Amtech flux or Sturry flux, and when Sturry became a company, I had to buy it, I had to try it, and it was the best stuff on planet Earth. And this chip came off easy because the board was already hot. And we are done with this. Wait a second. Okay, we have to take a look at this. There's something interesting here that I missed. You see this chip? You see how there's solder balls right here? Well, this chip that I just pulled off literally only goes out 3, right? You see how there's 3 here and then there's 5 across? Well, look at this. There's 4 balls, but it only uses 3 of them. You can literally see the other solder balls it doesn't use. But then, look at this. So we have 4 spots on the PS5. Oh yeah, it's the same thing. So the PlayStation 5's SSD only uses 3, up to 3 and then 5, right? Then it doesn't use these 5 solder balls. Maybe they're no connects. Maybe they're for different SSD chips, could be. See, that's the thing. I'm not 100% sure if this is gonna work. It might not. I don't know 100%. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and reball our chips. Okay, get our stencil lined up with our chip. Now we can take a little bit of our solder paste. This is good solder paste. You know when it's like clumpy like this, you know it's good. And we're gonna go ahead and spread it on all of the pads here. Make sure it gets into all of these holes, just like that. All right, we're good. We'll hold the stencil down with a pair of tweezers and let's heat it up. There you go. There we go. There we go. That's it. Let's see. Oh yeah, come on. We got it. Let's see, did we get all the balls perfectly? Yeah, I mean, they look good. We got good balls today, boys. All right, yes, we got 1 chip. Thank God I brought a board holder home. We can use it to hold our chips. Now we can add some flux here to this chip because this is gonna make our life so much easier. Now grab the old soldering iron and we're gonna go ahead and clean off all of these solder pads and get rid of all the solder. Perfect. It's coming along real nice. Boom. It doesn't have to be completely perfect. It just needs to be close enough. Now, because I don't have any Q-tips here, which is shame on me, I'm just gonna dip this chip in alcohol and we're going to put this on the napkin and clear it off. Get rid of all that old flux so we can get this thing ready for reballing. All right, let's place our stencil down and wait for it. There it is. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll take our Shuriken, put some solder paste on it, and we're gonna go ahead and spread it on all of these holes to get on all of the pads. Now, I have no idea if this SSD chip works. Well, either one of them. I have no idea if they do. So I guess we'll just have to test them and see. And I don't even know if they're gonna work with the flash drive or not. It's gonna be really interesting if it does. So I'm gonna hold this stencil down near the middle and we're gonna heat this thing up till the solder melts. Beautiful. It's working, perfect. Let's take a look at our balls. Make sure that they are all good as far as height goes. Yeah, I mean they look good. I think that'll work. That'll work for me. Now we have to prepare the flash drive itself. All right, now we got the flash drive in the board holder. Let's go ahead and clear this off. Of course, we gotta add the flux. And if you don't know what flux does, it helps solder flow. It keeps solder from oxidizing in oxygen, and it just makes the whole soldering process basically completely possible, because you would not be able to solder if it wasn't for flux. All right, let's clean it up with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and some paper towel, because I don't have any Q-tips. And of course, I took up a little bit of the solder mask here, but I think this is still work. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. All right, let's prep the other side. What's funny is this is not my normal like soldering setup, so I'm not used to a lot of these tools that I'm working with. And so it makes it a little bit different to solder, but it's like, listen, if I can do this, you can do it. I know a lot of people struggle with micro soldering, and to be honest, it's like, once you learn this skill, man, you can basically do it in your garage if you want to. Well, let's clean up this side of this little flash drive board, and we'll get our chip ready to solder. Okay, now we just have to determine what side is. That must be pin number 1. I'm guessing these are the markings for pin number 1. Well, basically on these chips, there is a little dot right here, and that symbolizes where pin number 1 is. But if we flip this chip, I can never get this dot to line up with that dot over there, because if I spin it, it won't matter. I don't know how this would work. Maybe that's pin number 1. I think that would make sense. I can line up the chip like this, right? And there's no other markings that would indicate pin number 1. And it can only go on 2 different ways, so I think that's gonna be it. Okay, let's get the flash drive back in our PCB mount. Okay, it's locked in. Now, first things first, you already know, we gotta apply the flux. And we are going to make a working flash drive today. I believe it. I know it's gonna work. This is not foreshadowing anything. It's gonna work.
Believe that.
All right, let's put the chip on. Now, we know that the chip is slightly smaller, so the pads should technically be showing slightly on both sides. Just like that. Let's heat it up and see if we can get this thing to flow into place. We'll try to be gradual here because I don't want to ruin this drive. I only bought one of them. Now I'd have to wait a whole month to get another one. Oh, I think that was it. Yep, it's scooted into place. All right, that chip's in. I gotta let it cool for a second. Fortunately, I don't have a fume extractor in the garage yet, or a blower fan to blow it cool or anything. I don't have anything here. I'm trying to get this set up just right. And yeah, I mean, the flash drive's still hot, but let's see. Can we see our balls? Okay. So, I mean, you can see the balls. They're soldered. Chip looks good. Okay, let's do this side. Adds the flux. Set the chip in place. Something like that. All right, let's heat this thing up and see if we can get it flowed into place. We gotta be gradual. We gotta be gradual. This has gotta work out perfectly. Come on, baby. I just saw it scoot into place. And move it. Beautiful. Now I just have to let it cool for a minute, and then we'll plug it in and test. This is gonna be crazy if this works. Now, the reason I can try to make some of these flash drives is all because of Flexispot. Flexispot loved what we were doing here and wanted to help out by providing a desk. And they sent us out an E7L standing desk. The max lifting capacity of this desk is 330 pounds, and I technically exceed that weight limit just by a little bit. But it is lifting me up all the way to the top. And these legs, they be thick boys. The frame for this desk is made out of automotive grade steel. And if it's lifting me, you know that this desk is super strong. Flexispot offers a 15-year warranty and free returns within 30 days. So if you're looking for a high quality standing desk, use the promo code on my screen to get $50 off on your standing desk. Link in my description. Our flash drive is cooled down and ready to test. Let's plug it in the computer and see if it works. Can't see this because I don't have a spot to plug it into here, so I see USB-F drive. Is it heating up? No, it's not hot. Let me see. Can we mount it? Open? Obviously, it's not going to open. Please insert a disk. Maybe I have to reprogram the firmware. Sometimes I have to do that for specific flash drives and like to get them going at first. Let me disconnect it and see if it does anything. Okay, I'm gonna look this controller up and see if there is a factory firmware I can flash to this thing, and then potentially it should work because it's not heating up and there's a light that's flashing on it, so we know that something is going to work here. Now let me do some quick research. This is a IS917. We need to convert this to English because I don't understand any of this. We'll just download this one.
Nope.
Or this one.
Nope.
Or this one.
Nope.
We gotta find an MP tool that works. Let's try the oldest one.
Oh, hell no.
Temporary problems downloading files. Okay, so we got an MP tool for it, which is like a factory programming tool for flash drives. Okay, MP tool. Yes, run. I know it's from some Russian website, but I don't care. Okay, this looks similar. Okay, let's plug it in. Okay, we plug in the... Cannot find any flash ID. This flash is not supported. Production, can't find it. Okay, it sees it, but this flash is not supported. Maybe is it the flash chips that are not supported, or is it the flash drive that is not supported? Well, maybe let's try to download a different one. This is going to be our bottleneck right here. We have to program the firmware, and this website is in Russian, which is not going to be any assistance to me. I've downloaded quite a few things from usbdev.ru and have never had problems with it. Let's try this. Okay, I don't know what that did. Let's unplug it. Yeah, the flash drive it's warm, like it's like warm, you know? Okay, we reconnected flash drive. Okay, flash is not supported. Let's just hit start. Failed flash, bad block, error code 23. It is frozen. It is frozen. It's not working. Come on. You'd think that the hardest part of this video was making the flash drive. No, it's programming the controller's firmware that's actually the hardest part. All right, let's give this a try. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm kind of desperate at this point. Oh, nice. It's corrupted. It's corrupted. I don't know. Let's try to download this one and just see if this one works. Open. Unknown or corrupted image file. I doubt they're all corrupt. There's no way. Maybe my computer is doing something. I wish we could just easily program the firmware, because I don't quite understand this program. So there I was, inching towards success. And with the realm of a flash drive in my grasp, I would not consider stopping my search. I loathed not having the software I needed to flash the correct firmware to this drive. If only but a mere morsel of a download link could happen to produce the software that I need. Please help me get that software. So it's been about 3 days, and I should have thought about this sooner. So technically, the flash drive should work in theory, but I don't think it works in NVMe chips. And I think that's what the PS5 has. And unfortunately, it's not going to work for what we're doing. But the interesting thing is, although part of my limitation was the hardware side of this, it's not entirely the limitation. So basically, my limitation is software, and that's where this next video series comes in. I'm going to start a video series on hacking a device. The device in question is going to be this. The goal is to get a Hello World working. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but I think it would be fun to try.